So the OdetoMulan poem activity. So first I've got my title at the top. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a T-chart across the top that goes down maybe halfway down my piece of paper. And I'm going to put the words over here and the word definition on this side. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read through this poem, front and back sides, and I'm just going to list, as I read through it, I'm going to pick out any words that I really don't know, and I'm going to list them over here. So as I read through here, one thing to keep in mind, words like Gigi, Gigi, Jean, Jean, these are sounds that are being written into this, and so this is supposed to be the sounds of like a doorbell or a knock on the door or something like that. So you don't need to list those kinds of words. If they're italicized, you don't need to list them on here. Those are supposed to be sounds. But as I read through this, for example, I come across the word loom and shuttle, and I don't know what those are. So I'm going to write down loom, I'm going to write down shuttle, and I'm going to keep reading, and as I read through this, I'm going to list any other words that I come across that I don't know the meanings of. And really what we're doing here is we're creating a resource for you, so as you read through, you'll be able to understand the poem a little bit better. So once you've got your list of words after reading through it the first time, both sides, then go grab a dictionary and go look these words up. Now be careful in the dictionary to look up the correct definition, because usually words have more than one definition to them. And then you write the definition over here on this side, and then this becomes the resource that you have. So as you read through the next time, then you can better understand what's going on. Then the next thing I need to do, and I might even draw a line here to separate, is I'm going to count up the number of stanzas. A stanza is a 4-line, basically, paragraph in here. And it's already kind of divided into stanzas by the 4 lines, but also I've got them with these lines coming across here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And so now that I know there's 15 stanzas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to number my paper, skipping a line in between from 1 to 15. And if I need to go on the back side, then I will. And I've got my paper numbered 1 to 15. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through it a second time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read each stanza for its own meaning. And so as I read through this first stanza here, Gigi, again Gigi, that's the knock on the door or the doorbell. Mulan faces the door weaving. You can't hear the sound of the loom shuttle. You only hear daughter's sighs. So now I know that the loom, because I've looked here, is a machine that helps me to weave fabric, and a shuttle is a piece of that that helps me to take the string across all and weave it through the other pieces. So what I've got here is Mulan is sitting, someone knocks on the door. The door. Mulan is weaving and is bored. Okay, then I read the second one. Figure out what it is. I'll write that in here. Next one, write it in, and I'll go through all 15 and get this written in. Now Mulan tells a story. And so once I've gone through and I've written my little sentences for each stanza, I should have, as I go back through and re-look at these sentences and reread them, I should have a pretty good idea of what this poem is all about, what the plot of the little story is, and what's going on in here. So then when I'm all done, I'm going to write a 1 to 2 paragraph, kind of a plot summary of what's going on. Starts off with, you know, Mulan is at home, and then weaving, and then, you know, you've got the army comes to enlist her father. Her father in the war against the Mongols. Okay, and then the rest of it. And so I'm going to basically discuss all the things that happen throughout the story. And so That's how you do the Mulan activity.